Dear Spike.
Dear Oprah.
Dear Stevie, your music has guided me through the most difficult moments of my life.
I get letters from so many people that share their stories.
I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough.
Wow! Are all of these letters for me?
Remind me once again.
Every time you make something, you're throwing rocks in a pond, and you have no idea the ripples that are going to come back to you. Every time you make something.
All of us must stand up together.
If one person tells their story, that allows other people to say,
you know what, that happened to me. That's me there.
It's as though I'm watching my life and the lives of my students on screen.
I could speak to people about their problems because I grew up struggling.
You're fat, you're too brown. Ballet was the first time I felt like, wow, I'm beautiful.
With you as an example, I've become the first Black woman to get a PhD in aerospace engineering.
I knew that I could defy the odds, too.
Oh my gosh. That can transform everything.
Big Bird, you showed me how to accept people for who they truly are, starting with myself.
Your music helped me create the Equal Justice Initiative.
That inspires me to want to write more songs, to play them better.
You lit a fire inside of us, and we're lighting that same fire in other kids around the world.
If every one of us focused on something we want to change, we could change the world.
Your legacy is every life you've touched.
Dear Spike.
Dear Lynn.
Dear Stevie.
Dear Oprah.
Dear Gloria.
Dear Big Bird.
Dear Jane.
Dear Allie.
Dear Yara.
Dear Misty.
Your influence on me changed the course of my life.
Dear Gloria.
Dear Jane.
Dear Misty.
Dear Steve.
There's a line from In the Heights that says, wherever we go, we rep our people. Because of you, wherever my life takes me, I will always represent my people.
Thank you, Dulce. Thank you.
RJ, good morning from Las Vegas.
How are you, Jeffrey? Good to see you.
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. I just enjoyed your series so much. And I think the tagline or the used in all the publicity, your legacy is every life you've touched from Maya Angelou. That just sums up your series in one sentence.
It does. We the moment when we were working on the marketing campaign that we realized that the message was sitting right in front of us, that it had been featured already in one of our episodes was a very fun and exciting moment, because it was we all, you know, we were trying to come up with our own statements, and then someone suggested that, and we were like, there you go.
And when I was a little boy growing up in the late 70s and in the early 80s, I was one of those kids that just mail ordered everything in the back of the comic books, and I wrote letters all the time. And especially, you know, I'm a big movie fan when I was a kid. So I would write to the movie stars and tell them how much I loved their movies and what they meant to me. And they would always write back or send a picture. And I was thinking just how lost on art handwriting, letter writing is today. I still have my own stationery, and people are so impressed when I send thank you letters because, you know, no one expects it.
It's a beautiful thing. Correspondence is a wonderful way of communicating. You know, it's funny. My mom, my whole childhood, would lament the lost art of letter writing and encouraged us to write letters, and of course we did. But I contend that though email is used for many things, one of the things it has helped restore is the lost art of letter writing. And we do now send letters to each other. You send hundreds and hundreds of letters a day. You type them and you click send, but they're still letters. They don't involve penmanship. They may have a slightly different emotional impact. But when you're writing from the heart and you're sharing with someone that your gratitude for the way in which their work has affected you, impacted your life, changed the world, really, it's every bit the same. And it doesn't surprise me, but it does move me deeply that people like Oprah and Stevie and Spike and Lynn, people who are so accomplished and well known to us that I can list them by first name alone, are still moved deeply by being thanked by individuals whose lives their work has changed.
Yes, you have different celebrities and different people from all walks of life in your series. And Spike Lee, amazing how his influence, people are paying it forward. Kentucky University president saw School Days 200 times. Candace became a WNBA player. And I didn't expect to be bawling my eyes out at the end of every episode. I watched about 4 or 5 already. And I kept thinking I was getting just as emotional as they were. And it's just real powerful to see how much their influence. Then Manuel-Miranda, just the Latino influence he had on the next generation in such a short amount of time is staggering.
There is something profoundly moving about witnessing the fact that that's my dog, so I'll start again. There is something profoundly moving in witnessing before your very eyes the fact that we are all truly connected to each other, that our work impacts others, that others' work has impacted us. We change lives with our work. Our lives have been changed by the work of others. As Lynn says, every time you put something out in the world, it's a pebble that's into the water that's rippling. Our lives have been changed by the ripples of others. It's a beautiful thing, and I think it's really moving. And it's why we have this emotional. It's why we see so much emotion in the episodes, but why we respond ourselves emotionally in witnessing this. It's especially on days like today, especially in weeks like this, especially in months like this, especially in years like this, to be reminded in a powerful way that we are responsible for each other, that we can help each other through our work, that it matters, is important stuff.
Well, thank you so much, RJ. Your series is so inspirational. Thank you for including Big Bird, because I'm Generation X and I grew up on Sesame Street, so I was getting emotional just seeing Big Bird. So what a wonderful series, and thank you so much for talking to me today.
Thanks. I'm grateful.